Hey everyone, it's time for another munch pack, and I'm really excited because after months of trying I finally have coffee to try. So we will brew this up and review this at the end of the video. This month's pack was made by Roxanne. Thank you, Roxanne, we appreciate it. So in this month's pack there were two items that I've tried in previous munch packs, so I'm not going to open them this time around. We have the nacho cheese Doritos from Japan and the Turtasic, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but these are cookies from Turkey that remind me of the holidays. They kind of have a citrusy, cinnamony flavor to them, which I really like. So I liked both of these, and reviews of these products are in previous videos, so you can certainly check it out if you'd like to. But we have plenty more to try, so let's check them out. Presunto. This is a product of Brazil. According to the label, they're cassava snacks. I don't know if I'm saying that right. But according to this little picture here, telling me that it's going to be ham or bacon flavored. They do smell like bacon. Here they are. They're little half moon kind of, they look like corn snacks, basically. Those are interesting, and I'm not sure I like them. The texture of them reminds me a little bit, for those of you who might be familiar with American cereals, it reminds me a little bit of Corn Pops. That kind of corn consistency, but the flavor of it is very salty and does taste kind of like fake smoked bacon bits. I think I'm going to share this with friends and see what they think, but on first taste, not a big fan. Next we have a product from Malaysia. This is the Popo Muraku. Popo Muraku. And it says that it's sweet and spicy. I don't do too well with spicy. It kind of depends on the level of the heat, so hopefully this won't kill me. This is what it looks like. They kind of remind me of corn nuts that have been flattened, but not the texture of corn nuts. It almost tastes like a wheat-based product. I'm not really sure. I don't have my glasses, so I can't see what it says. Definitely tastes the sweet, but I'm not really tasting the spicy too much. Okay, now once I finished a couple of pieces and let them sit for a little bit, I'm feeling a little bit of the heat on the back end. It's not that bad, but I'm not sure that I actually like the initial taste of it. The kind of wheat flavor combined with the sweet is odd. I'm not a fan. So far, the first two products were not digging too much. So it's a good thing that I got two products from before that I actually really liked, but we'll move on. So next we have this salted caramel corn from Oregon, which is here in the United States. Package feels a little flat, so hopefully things didn't get squished in the transition. Here's what the snack looks like here, and it feels like popcorn without the kernels, which is kind of nice because then you don't have to worry about digging stuff out of your teeth as much. So let's give this a try. That's good. Very sweet. Definitely tastes really buttery. So for the caramel flavor of it, so I'm mostly kind of getting a butter salt combination, which isn't bad, but if I hadn't read the label, I don't know necessarily that I would have picked it up as a caramel. It's kind of reading a little bit kettle corny to me, but I like it, so good. This was actually really good. New Haichu bites from Taiwan, and these are mango flavored. I've had the Haichus that come in packaging that kind of looks like bubble gum, and I really like those. So I'm interested in trying what this variation is like. This is what they look like. They're about the size of, if you're familiar with Willy Wonka candy, they remind me of the everlasting gobstoppers that were put out. Kind of that same size. They feel pretty heavy too. So let's give this one a try. Those are really nice. They have a nice fruity flavor, very citrusy. The flavor reminds me a little bit of a citrus Tic Tac, if you've ever had one of those. That same kind of almost tang-like orange flavor, but a bit more pleasant than tang. It's got kind of a harder outer shell, but the actual chew of it reminds me of a Starburst. I don't necessarily know that I would go for the mango flavor again, because Again, it's got kind of a tang flavor to it, like the tang powdered drink. But I would certainly try other flavors of this. Trolley Sour Watermelon Sharks. So apparently gummy candy is the name of the game for my box this month, because this is the second of 4 gummy type candies that I got. Trolley is a US company. These are out of Illinois, and they make sour, like nightcrawler worms that are pretty popular around here, as well as other shapes, apparently including shark. These are watermelon flavored, and I don't like watermelon at all, including watermelon candy. I'm gonna go ahead and open this up and just show everybody what it looks like, and go ahead and try one for the sake of trying one. But I can already tell you, since I do not like watermelon candy, that this will be going to a friend of mine who very much does. The little sharks, you can kind of see their shape. They're pink on the top and green on the bottom. Really, really cute. If I liked watermelon, I would be totally jazzed right now. So let's give this one a try. Okay, tried it. The gummy candy itself is not super chewy. It's a bit more of a dense gummy candy, if that makes any sense to those of you who are gummy candy aficionados. It's not super chewy, but it does have that like flavor and the consistency of a traditional gummy candy. Slightly sugared on the outside, so you do get a little bit of that grit. If I liked watermelon, I'd really like those. As you can probably tell from my face while I was chewing that, and now, not a fan. But I think those of you that like watermelon candy would probably really enjoy that. Sour Blockheads. So this is the third of 4 gummy candies in my box, and according to the packaging, these are made in China for a US company in Michigan. So I'm getting a very strong kind of artificial fruit scent, which is kind of typical with these types of fruit gummy candies. Lots of colors in there, look at that. They are sugar coated, so they remind me, at least on first impressions, of Sour Patch Kids, which is a brand that I have had and actually really like. So we'll see if these compare. So I'm gonna go with a green one, and we'll hope that it's apple and not watermelon. Let's give this a try. Really chewy, really sweet. Apple, yay. And definitely some sour. Not overpoweringly. I mean, I can hang with it, but it's definitely sour. I actually think it might be more sour than Sour Patch Kids. I know it may not look like it from my face, but I actually really like these. I do like sour gummy candy, and unlike the toxic waste sour smog balls that I've tried previously from a Munchpak, I don't think those were covered in the videos. I think that was before I started doing the videos. But the smog balls, when I ate them, they had a very kind of chemically abrasive aftertaste to them, which I'm not getting from these. And so this is actually making this sour experience a lot more pleasant than those were. I will definitely enjoy eating these. I may even be okay with a watermelon one if I come across one, but I'm hoping that maybe they just decided not to do watermelon at all. That would make me happy. How about blue? Blue seems to be a really popular thing in candy these days, at least in the United States. Blue raspberry is a thing. So the blue one's a little weird. Not really getting a strong, I think it's supposed to be blue raspberry, but I'm not really getting much of a raspberry. I'm just kind of getting sour and sweet, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I mean, I think it's still okay, but compared to the apple one, the blue one was really disappointing. But overall, I really kind of like those, and those will definitely be staying with me, whereas the sharks will be leaving. Sorry. We have some ginger lemon chews. How exciting is that? And this is from Haribo or Haribo. I don't know which one it is. I've heard it pronounced both ways. Does anyone actually know what the correct pronunciation is? Is it Haribo or Haribo? So these are from Austria. I have tried other products from this company and I really like them. This one's a new one for me, so I'm excited to give this one a try. So here they are. They are covered in a little bit of sugar. That's really, really good. Got the citrus tang to it. It's got a little bit of kind of that back end spice heat that ginger gives, and just enough sweetness from the sugar on the outside, but it's not overly sweet. It's very, very chewy, as is typical of this particular brand. Kind of refreshing in some ways. This would be probably really, really good after a heavy meal, or maybe even just something to kind of cut a garlic flavor or an onion flavor if you had something left behind after a meal. I don't necessarily know that you would want to snack on handfuls of this because the ginger's pretty strong, but this is actually really, really good. So another win from this company. Keep sending products from Haribo, as long as they're not watermelon. Coconut flavored London roll. The writing on the back of it is so small that I cannot tell where this is actually from. So it might be a product of England and it may not be. There are a lot of languages on the back, which makes me think that this might be out of somewhere in the East somewhere. However, since I've run into a lot of cakes and cookies and stuff from Turkey, it's possible it might be from that region. Could be something from like the Philippines or Malaysia. I don't really know. So if you know, let me know. This looks like it's going to be a very smushed cake based off of the size of it. Here's what it looks like. It looks like it kind of got smashed a little bit. It looks like it's a sponge cake of some kind. And I can smell the coconut in it. Makes me think that this might be something from like an Asian country or South Pacific, something like that. But the sponge cake is very light, has a vaguely vanilla flavor, and inside, although it's kind of all squished to one side of it, is a little bit of a filling, which is that coconut flavor, and it's actually really, really good. It's very light. It's not a very strong flavor, so you just kind of get a hit of sweetness, but it's a light sweetness, so it's actually really, really pleasant. I like this one a lot. I kind of wish I knew where it was from, so if you could let me know. So that's it for the food items for this month, minus the two that I didn't try because I've had them in previous boxes. We will go ahead and brew up the coffee in the morning and add that in. Okay guys, so it's now the weekend. I'm gonna go ahead and give the coffee that came in my Munchpak a try. Renoco Brazilian Bold, and this is out of St. Louis. Bold coffee is usually a little too strong for me, but we're gonna go ahead and give it a try, and since it's Sunday morning, if it makes me super hyper, I've got all day to work it off, doing chores and whatnot. I haven't added anything to this coffee so that I can give it an honest review of what the actual coffee is like. So here I've had it steeping in my little French press mug for a little bit. Okay, so one of the things that I tend to not like so much about bold coffees or dark roast coffees, to me they do have that burned flavor and a little bit of an ashy taste. It reminds me a little bit of cigarettes. Oddly, I know that might seem weird, but it does have kind of an ashy flavor to it. But actually, in general, this isn't bad, just straight off the bat. It's not super bitter. It's not super strong. Pretty good first run for coffee trying with Munchpak. So there you have it. There's my Munchpak for this month. And I hope you enjoyed watching that. If you are interested in checking out Munchpak, I've included a link down below. It starts at $9.99 and goes up from there depending on how you customize and what size you get. So if you're interested in checking it out, I definitely encourage you to do that. Thanks for joining me this month. We'll see you next month for a smaller Munchpak version. We'll give that one a try and see how that goes. We'll see you then. Bye.